I believe in every person in this room. I believe in the potential of every single person. I believe in the potential of humanity, that we are all made for greatness, that there's an untapped energy out there within each one of us. I believe that there is something within each one of you waiting to be born. A version of you that believes bigger, that loves deeper. A version of you that wants more out of life, that wants more for your family, that wants to create more impact. And I believe you are one decision away from changing everything. So let me tell you about the one decision that changed my life. For those of you that don't know me yet, let me take just a moment to share a little bit of my journey. Let me take you back in time to Father's Day 2010. I had a brand new baby. I had a 4-year-old Brian. I was a retail manager, a store manager, literally a store manager at Bath & Body Works. My husband Todd was a top commercial litigator, but he was miserable. We were each working 70 hours a week. We were grinding it out with no end in sight. Can anybody relate? So then I got that call from Kerry thank you. She left me a message and she said, Kerry, I know your baby Luke is 3 days old. I know it's Father's Day, so I'm gonna give you 24 hours to call me back. But girl, I got something that's gonna blow your ever-loving mind. So I watched that ABC primetime report. I watched that in the middle of the night after feeding my baby. I stayed up researching it. I didn't know what oxidative stress was yet, but when I watched that, I immediately started thinking of loved ones that were struggling with their health and thinking, what could this do for them? But you know what? My business brain was exploding as well. I understood the concept of leveraged income. I understood the power of exponential growth. I couldn't sleep that night. I was so excited. I saw a way out. I saw that this was how we could have it all. How we could eventually have time as a family. How we could have resources that had previously been out of reach. How we could have more impact than I ever knew possible. Is there anyone out there that wants it all? So Kerry is my mentor and friend that has forever changed my life, and so many others. Thank you, Kerry. So I remember being told when I first started that you have to have a burning desire for change, you have to be coachable, and you have to have incredible work ethic. And I was like, check, 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 I've got those. So I went to work, and I followed my leaders. Thank you, Kerry and Stu. Why would I reinvent the wheel when I had amazing mentors that were willing to pour into me and teach me exactly how to build this? So one of the first people I shared this with was my next door neighbor, Kerry Williams. She saw it right away, and we built this together. We were two girls on a mission. We believed in these products. We saw the vision of what was possible with this incredible opportunity. We were gonna light the world on fire. We took massive action. We followed this system that our mentors shared with us. Now, my first goal was for my husband and I to have more time with our family. Does anybody else have that goal? So 2 years after I started, my little newborn Luke was diagnosed with autism. A few months later, just 27 months into my LifeVantage journey, my husband Todd was able to walk away from his life-sucking job as an attorney. He was able to focus more of his time on supporting our family. Because at that time, Luke was in therapy for 35 plus hours a week. Having that flexibility made a massive difference for us. And so through all of that, all those therapies, plus activation, it truly changed Luke's life. He's now a freshman in high school. He's on the honor roll. He's very social. They do not know his diagnosis. He just got his driver's permit, and he is a leader with a huge personality, and I cannot wait to see what huge things he's going to do in life. Thank you, Life Vantage. And my oldest, Ryan, he's a freshman in college in California. He picked his college based on where he wanted to train jiu-jitsu, and it's arguably the top jiu-jitsu gym in the world. So he started training there, and it was brutal at first, but he kept showing up for himself and his dreams. And they saw him. And now he's literally working there full time, and he's learning the business of all of it, and he's coaching while he's going to college. I love my boys. My first why was my family. But along the way, the journey has not been easy. 4.5 years ago, I stood in front of the Life Vantage family at our global convention, and I spoke on stage. 2 weeks later, my husband Todd unexpectedly passed away. 2 days after his 48th birthday. We had been married 25 years. My boys were 11 and 15 at the time, and my world stopped, our world stopped that day. It was brutal, but you know what? Our Life Vantage family showed up for us. The support was mind-blowing. When we say it's a family, we literally mean it. And you guys, the support never ended. Day in and day out, you were there for us in every way. So many people prayed for us and sent love. Thank you. But to be honest, I continued to struggle for so many years, but I never gave up. I had faith. I had the belief that I would do whatever it took to get me and my family back on track. I didn't know what that looked like. I took it one step at a time. In so many days, it did not feel like I was ever going to get anywhere. To be honest, I felt like I was failing at the biggest thing that was ever put in front of me. But I kept going, for me, for my boys, for our Life Vantage family. And because I dug the well before we were thirsty, because I had invested my time and effort, my heart and soul into this company, I was able to take all the time I needed to heal. I was able to spend crazy amounts of money on so many different therapies, doing every modality. Time and resources were not a consideration. I told my kids that if I had not found Life Vantage, we would have been in a very different, difficult place, trying to figure out how to manage everything financially without the time and space that we needed as a family to heal. So I want you to know that I stand here today in total gratitude. Total gratitude for my team, for the entire Life Vantage family, for the corporate staff, for the love and support and so much more that they did behind the scenes that you will never know. Thank you for giving me grace and the space to heal. Thank you. So then, my beautiful Maria, my next door neighbor, my Williams sister, passed away just 7 weeks ago. And again, I was taken to my knees. And at times, it feels like it's too much to bear. And I know exactly what her beautiful family is going through. And my heart breaks for them. Her husband, Noel, is here with us today. We love you, Noel. Maria impacted so many. Her love is huge. Her impact is huge. But Maria, your love and impact lives on. We are not going to let you down. We love you, and I am so grateful for 18 beautiful years of friendship, for being my business partner, for being my ride or die. So again, I'm going to pick myself back up, and I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight for our mission. I'm going to fight for what we believe in. So today, I'm sharing with you from my heart Clearly it's emotional. Please send me some love. And I can tell you that I would not be able to stand here in front of you today without God. So thank you. So when life gets really hard, believe me, I feel you. The world is not an easy place right now. We are living in very turbulent times. And I know so many of you are struggling right now. So I want to thank you for showing up for yourself, because I know a lot of you had to sacrifice to be here. Maybe you had to sacrifice to leave your family. Maybe the cost of the airline tickets or hotels stretched you. Maybe it was really hard to get time off work. And I just want you to take a moment and acknowledge yourself. These are massive steps towards building a bright, beautiful future. Most people will never do that, but you are here. Thank you. So as Lisa Nichols says, I want you to know that I am not extraordinary. I'm simply an ordinary woman who chooses every day to make one more extraordinary decision. And so can you. So today, I want to share with you how I got here. It all started with belief. That's the secret to success. So here's a simple way to remember that a friend who's an earthly angel shared with me. It's called the bear cycle. Belief creates excitement, excitement creates action, and action creates results. And then results builds belief, so the cycle keeps continuing. So once you understand this, everything changes. So for belief, we gotta have belief in the products, belief in the company, belief in the industry. Be intentional, learn why this industry is so phenomenal. And you have to have belief in yourself. I found that most people struggle with belief in themselves. So if that's you, find others that believe in you and borrow their belief until you do. You guys, that's a choice. Choose to reach out when you're struggling. Choose to fill yourself up every day. Choose to nourish your mental garden. Choose to start your day with gratitude. Choose to plug into team calls and get recharged. Choose to plug into the system. It is there for a reason. I want you to know that everything comes down to love or fear. So are you going to choose love and positivity and possibility, or are you going to shrink yourself and be negative and fear with a victim mentality? Every single day, every single choice goes back to love or fear. What are you going to choose? So, belief fuels excitement and energy. I love to be excited. I love energy. You know me, you know I'm the excited girl. So it's been hard being so heavy. So do you know your why? Are you excited about your dreams? Do you dream of what you want your life to look like? So just for a moment, I want you to close your eyes and just dream with me. If you could create the life you want to live, what would that look like? Who would it be with? What would you be doing? What would your morning look like? How would your day unfold? Where are you in this beautiful dream? What kind of impact are you making? What's your legacy? How do you feel in this moment? All right. I hate to take you out of that state, but I know people have flights to catch. So wow, do you guys have that vision of your life locked into your mind? Yes? That's it, seriously? locked into your mind. This is a critical step. You cannot skip this step. So who wants to go create that vision? Only some of you? A couple days later, only some of you? Come on, seriously. Is anyone out there burning for that life that you just envisioned? But who is actually willing to do what it takes to create that life? Come on. Are only a few of you gonna do it? Okay, you guys. So your energy is everything. Energy is felt before words are heard. High energy creates attraction and momentum. So how is your energy? How are you showing up each day? Are you fueling your body for success? Are you a product of the product? Every single day, even when you travel, even if you're gone only for a day or two, are you taking your products every single day? Even when you're super busy, because that's when you need it the most. Are you surrounded with positive people? You become the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So choose wisely. Are you doing your personal development consistently? Are you staying in gratitude? Okay, so next we gotta take action. And action creates momentum. So small actions that you take every single day, that leads to big results. Consistency over time beats perfection sometimes. So action builds confidence. The more action you take, the more confident you will become. As Kerry says, you heard this before, you gotta be willing to be bad before you're good, good before you're great. So embrace the suck. Can you embrace the suck? Trust me, I've sucked so much. But you're growing, right? You're going to get better and better. That's what matters. So let me share with you the power of the compound effect. This concept blew my mind. So if you were offered a choice between $1 million up front or a penny that doubles in value every single day for 30 days, which would you choose? The penny! Most people would take the million without a second thought, right? After all, how much can a penny really grow? But I know you guys are not most people. So in 30 days, it's over $5 million. In 31 days, over 10 million. So that same compound effect happens in our business. You are the penny. And then you find other consultants and you lock arms and the pennies start growing. Your team is growing. But do not stop before the magic happens. Look what happens at day 10. Look at day 14. And you're like, why am I doing this? Why am I going to events? Why am I spending money? Why am I spending time? I could do more, make more money short term, right? But do not stop before the magic happens. Your vision, day 30, day 31, on and on, right? So trust me, you want to stay and keep working long enough to see that compound effect in your business. Now, if you want bold outcomes, you have to take bold action. So, many of you know Dr. Brett Brimhall, hopefully everybody after this weekend. Where's Brett? All right. So he was my son Luke's doctor. We saw him every single week for a year at that point. He saw the changes in Luke. Here's the story you probably don't know. Then I decided I had to take bold action. I called him up. And keep in mind, I was a patient, the mom of a patient, but I asked him if we could meet on his lunch break to talk about Life Vantage. You guys, I was so scared to make that call. I was literally shaking, but I believed. So we met and I asked him what he wanted. He wanted to have a bigger impact. He wanted time flexibility. And I told him, you don't need me to teach you how to sell products. You're very good at selling products. But I was really bold and I said, look, I respect you too much as a doctor and as a human to not be really upfront with you. So I told him, put your patients on this, change their lives. It will build your belief in what we have our hands on. But if you want the impact and the freedom, then you have to follow the system. You gotta build this the right way outside of your practice. I did not want to waste his time. I did not want him to say this network marketing thing didn't work a year later. So I had to be bold and I had to lead. Are you really leading? If not, I'm asking you to really lead. People are counting on you. Your family's counting on you. Your team is counting for you. So, before this weekend, who had ever sent a video that Dr. Brent Broomhall has talked on? Yes? Who's ever shared Brett's story of why a doctor is doing network marketing? Wow, Brett, good job. I gotta give him a peck, I always do. Looks like you've impacted a whole lot of people. Here's what I want you guys to get. Brett was so busy. He has a thriving practice, but he wanted a bigger impact, he wanted time freedom, but he wanted to be an amazing father to his 4 kids. He wanted to be an amazing husband for his wife, Holly. He wanted to give back to his church and his community. Do you think he's done that?
Yeah.
Yes, Brett, I agree. You have. But guess what, Brett? You've only just begun. But here's what I want you to really, really get. It's not just possible because he's the doctor. You could be a yoga instructor like Marisa Maggio Harrelson. You could be an HR manager like Maria Williams. You could be in retail like me. You could be in mortgage like Michelle Poe. You could be a waitress like Kerry Dickey. You could be a stay-at-home mom, a teacher. You could be a husband that travels all the time for work but wants to be there with his kids and his beautiful wife, like Sean Poe. So how many of you would like to make an extra $500 a month? How many of that would that make a difference in your life? Just a few hands? That could be more gas money, more grocery money, a trip to Disney. I want you to know that it can be available to you, but you have to put the work in consistently. Within a short amount of time, you literally can have that extra money, but you have to make the decision to really, really do this, to go after your dreams, to stay the course, to stay focused even when life gets busy, to jump back in if you've had other things going on. You can choose to refocus, to keep going after your dreams, to go after your why, but you gotta do the work. You gotta show up for yourself, for your team, and for your mission. So how do you do this? Glad you asked. It's really, really simple. We do 3 things. We expose people to our products and our business by sharing the whole story. You've heard that again and again. Share the whole story. We promote event to event. Events build belief. It could be a home meeting, it could be an Activate tour, it could be a convention just like this. I love the once a month 4-hour trainings. Plug in, get recharged, have your team hear from different speakers with the same message, but different stories, different voices. So plug into the system. I want you to know that that system is ultimately what gives you the freedom. Trust me, you do not want to be the system. Then you're limiting your growth, you're limiting your impact versus the compound effect in your business. Now I know some of you might be feeling like this is a little woo-woo for you. So you business and numbers people, I want you to listen up. Do you want to know the power of events statistically speaking? So consultants that attended events rank advanced 558% faster, sold 291% more product, enrolled 2,241% more, earned 119% more than consultants that did not attend events. So I want you to commit right now to being in Salt Lake, October 21st to the 24th for our global convention. Did anybody hear from someone on their team? I'll come next time once I'm making money. Just a few of you? I feel like I've heard that a lot, right? No, that is not how this works. People have to be led. Lead them. Show them the statistics. Show them why, if they want to make this business work, why they have to be at every event. Don't be afraid. You're doing what they need if they want this to really work. So the third step, we build community. Would you agree that everybody needs a family? Woo! How many of you think the world right now needs more community? Are people more isolated, more depressed than ever in the last few years? So we build community, right? So again, our business is simple. Do not get caught up in the details. People do not have time for complicated things right now. This is a business of duplication. Simplicity wins. So results, the final step in the bear cycle. Results build more belief. Belief creates more excitement. Excitement leads to action, and the cycle continues. So do you want to know one more secret? Everything I just shared with you does not apply just to this business. It applies to everything in your life. I have shown horses competitively off and on for most of my life, starting at 10 years old. It has always been a dream of mine to win a world championship. I went to Youth World as a kid. I had big dreams, but I really didn't believe in myself at that point. But that dream, it never left my heart. I started showing again when I was working at Bath & Body Works. Then I got involved in LifeVantage. I made a dream board and all kinds of things on that board. One of them said, I am a world champion. And then I walked away cold turkey from my horse for 9 years. That was my choice, but I gave it up for the concept of delayed gratification. If you are willing to do what most people are not willing to do for a period of time, then you can have a life that most will never have. And I am the delayed gratification girl. So I was laser focused on building my business. And thank goodness I did that for so many reasons. But 6 years ago, I finally decided the time was right. I could have it all. I got back into showing. And again, the journey was not easy. I took everything that I've learned through all these years on my LifeVantage journey, all the personal growth and development, the mindset work, the power of the subconscious mind, so much more. And I put that all in, plus I did the regular work. And I've got an amazing trainer, Beth Clemens. She met me after my husband passed away when I was at my lowest point. But somehow, she believed in me. She found my miracle horse, my Bellini. We went to work, and to be honest, I was still struggling with grief so much that I would take notes every single time after I rode to help myself remember what we had just worked on. And then I would review it again before I rode. I envisioned doing everything the way she taught me to do it. I literally made notes, step by step, of every single step in my pattern for the world show. I sat there and I intentionally went and I watched other people win world championships. I felt the emotion of what it would be like to win a world championship. I even envisioned doing my victory lap. You guys, this is really embarrassing to admit. I did this all privately, but I'm just trying to share with you. So 35 plus years after I first had the dream and the goal, it was November 6th, 2025, just a few months ago. It was time for me to show trail, a very hard class. Here's what's crazy, you guys. That morning, I walked the pattern, and as I stood in that arena, literally a voice said to me, you can win this. And I was like, what? And I'm like, wait, can's not a very strong word. And I'm like, I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna win this. And by the grace of God and all my angels, I went out there. I had the best pattern of my life. I ended up winning a world championship with my Bellini girl. And I won it with the support of others. It would not have been possible alone. I want you to know that you cannot do this journey alone. We win together as a team. So your time is now. Take action today. You are meant for more. So let me ask you something. What if this works? What if a year from now, or 3 years from now, you're living a completely different life. I want you to commit to up-leveling yourself and your vision. Without a vision, people perish. So I want you to share the whole story. I want you to lead. I want you to get your ticket to Global Convention. I want you to commit to growing a team and bringing them with you, and stay connected. But remember, it all begins with belief. And the greatest gift you can ever give another human is to awaken their own God-given potential, so they will quit playing small. So believe in miracles. Look for miracles. Believe that you are the miracle. You have that miracle inside of you. I believe you all. Love you. Thank you.